Hi, I'm Andrew Leong,
I'm Jamie Rice.
and welcome to #Ambitious.
In this episode, we're going to look at how to make your side hustle appear more professional. So if you've just recently started a business or you've had one for a short period of time, you may currently still be operating from your home and not actually look like a real business to some of your potential customers.
So we know what it's like when you first start off and you might be working from your bedroom or your kitchen. I mean, it's a completely normal thing to do. But one of those things that people need trust in you to purchase from you, and a really good way to show that you're successful and you've basically got your business together and you know what you're doing, is having an office. So if you can afford an office, it's definitely something you should consider doing. So there are packages. You can get a cheap office, you can get a part-time office. However, if that is just beyond your current financial situation or anything that you can afford right now, there's the option of a virtual office. Now, a virtual office is it's a place, it's a company, and they own the office themselves. And for a small fee, it can be from £20 a month, it can be 60, it can be £100 a month. You can use that address, and it's normally a city centre address. And these are all over the country. And it'll literally be a forwarding address. So it's not the same as a PO box number. It's an actual office, usually in a city centre. So it could be London, Manchester, Liverpool. And you can use that address as your business address, and you can get mail sent there. And it'll give your business that polished look. So you can put that address on your website and your business cards. You got anything to add to having a virtual office or an office?
Yeah, I think it's just massively important to have a physical address. There's nothing worse than going onto a website thinking about getting in touch, going to the contact us page, and then there's no physical address and the contact number is a mobile phone number. It just screams out that it's someone operating from the bedroom or doing it in the spare time. That leads us nicely onto the second point. If you don't currently have a landline for your business, whether you don't have a phone number at all or if it's a mobile number on there, basically it doesn't look great. So one thing you can do is you can use a service called VoIP, which is a voice over internet protocol. It's a very, very cheap way of making your business appear bigger than it may actually be. So you can purchase, so like in the UK, we have a national sort of number, which can either be 0800 or 0845, or regional numbers, such as here in Liverpool, where it's 0151. By using VoIP, you can purchase a phone number that's either nationwide, regional, depending on where you want to be seen to be from. Also works in other countries like America or wherever else. You can then set people who ring this number to divert all calls to your mobile phone. So all intents and purposes, when someone lands on your website, they go to the contact us page, they see a fairly prestigious office address, and they also see maybe an 0800 number, which makes it look like a big organisation. However, you're not actually in the office, and when people ring that 0800 number, it's merely forwarding to your mobile phone, and that can cost, it's £3-4 a month, depending on how many calls you get. But for that expense, for the way it makes your business be perceived by potential customers, it's well worth the investment.
Brilliant. Another thing that you want to consider, which we see a lot with startups or side hustles, is a professional website. If you can't do the website yourself, if you don't know how, there's a couple of options for you. We're not saying just hack one. If you don't know HTML, don't try and hack one together. If you can afford it, outsource it, get someone else to do it for you. If that's not an option, there are a couple of platforms that will help you. For example, WordPress, which is a content management system, that will help you a lot. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but you'll learn how to do WordPress a lot faster than you will how to do HTML. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. As well, there's a number of themes that can be purchased to make things a lot easier. So, I don't know, if you're selling cars, t-shirts, or you're a consultant, wherever it might be, you can go onto a site such as ThemeForest, where you can actually purchase a theme and then you install that on WordPress, and then all you need to do is change the images and text. It's fairly straightforward, and you can have a really impressive looking website for around $60-70 to purchase a theme.
If you're doing, I mean, there's other platforms in WordPress as well. You've got Shopify if you're an e-commerce business. Trying to develop your own e-commerce site is not probably a path you want to go down when you start off. So something like Shopify is a fantastic way. So there are other platforms you can use to create a professional looking website. Wix is another good one you can use, and they're all extremely affordable, and it will just make your business look that much more polished, and it will instill confidence in your customer, your clients, to help them make that purchase.
Yeah, I always like to think, so if you had a physical retail store or a restaurant, you wouldn't want it to look shabby or cheap. So if you're going to have an online business, make sure your website doesn't look shabby or cheap, just basically because your potential customers are far less likely to get in touch or see you as a reputable business. The next one, sort of leading on to the website, it's really important to have testimonials. This can be a bit of a vicious circle when you get started in business because you haven't got any clients, so there's no need to leave you any testimonials. One of the ways I normally advise my clients to do this is to offer some free work for some good clients. So, for example, one of my clients will go off and be willing to sit with someone for half an hour to give them some advice, and then in return for that half hour, they'll give them a testimonial and allow them to use their logo on their website. That's worked really well because it's only cost him his time, and each time it's only half an hour, and he's amassed 6-7 really impressive logos within his sector, and good people who have left a testimonial on the website. So now when potential customers land, they can see that he's done work for a good organisation. So it just adds another level of trust.
So that's I mean, that trust, it's all about social proof as well. And people will buy from you if they know other people are buying from you and that they've had a successful purchase with you. And another way to do that is to join professional bodies like the Chamber of Commerce, because they allow you to use their professional logo on your website, which strengthens your credibility. So, I mean, if you pull all this together, you've got your professional website with a physical professional address, with a professional business number, with your testimonials, and your professional body logo, and it just creates that overall confidence in your business. Would you say? Would you anything more to add to that?
No, I think that pretty much wraps it up. All the points we've covered, we strongly feel are really important, particularly to startups. Just give yourself that big first impression. Obviously, the first 6 months to a year is always going to be the most difficult for startups, and that's why the failure rate is so high. Just by making these small changes in your startup, you can have a massive impact and make your chances of success much higher.
I think that wraps everything up for that.
Yeah, I think that's everything.
Thank you for listening to #Ambitious. Catch you in the next episode.
Thank you.